Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Kunle, as you guys know, Kunle Capture, and in this tutorial is an extensive skin retouching. I'm going to be retouching this beauty picture from beginning to end. All right, all my retouching process, I'm going to reveal it to you guys. So if you are coming here for the first time, remember to subscribe and sit back because it's going to be a wonderful time, trust me. And if you are coming here like return subscriber, remember to share this video to anyone you think it will be useful to, and drop your like with the thumbs up. Okay, now this beauty picture, see, this lady is looking so nice, the hair so beautiful, but then her neck dark, you know, some of the skin, part of the skin still need retouching and the colors is not balanced. All right, so the first thing I'll do is I'm going to like pop out the shadow. While editing women's picture, make sure no part of the skin is actually dark. They are going to have problem with you. Okay, so you want to make sure that didn't happen. So I'm going to like pop out the shadow here, but it's really affecting the hair. It's really affecting the hair. So now the highlights is still affecting the hair. I don't want the color of the hair to change. I want the details of the hair should remain the same. So what I'll do is I'll come to this marks. I will wait until it loads and show me the people that are in the picture. All right, now after it loads, I'm going to click on this marks. So I'm going to select the facial and the body skin. All right, then I click create. Okay, so what I'll do next is, now I've marked the skin alone, so what I'm going to do next is I will increase the shadow. Now anything I do will only affect the skin, to not affect the hair. Okay, so I increase the shadow, I drop the highlight a little but not too much. All right, so what else? I still want to increase the shadow more because I see dark spots. Let me try this. That's too much. That's okay. Let me drop the whites also. All right, the highlight, let me use it a bit. I think this is looking good. I will see the before and the after. Before, after. Okay, okay, I think that's good. That's actually good. So what next thing I'll do, I'm just going to open it, and then on Photoshop, let's see how we can retouch it to the best way it could be. All right, so when you guys get to Photoshop, the first thing you want to do is to duplicate this layer, this background layer. You don't want to be editing on the first layer. If you make a mistake, you start over again, and I'm not sure you want that to happen. All right, so first thing I'll do is I'll press Command or Control J. Then second thing, I'm going to crop the picture. Remember your process and steps. All right, so you click on this guy right here, this icon here, or you press C on your keyboard, and then it's going to give you this. So I want to like crop it to this size. All right, so I'll drag it down a bit. Okay, then I'll press enter. All right, so with that being done, the next thing I want to do is to remove the blemish. So to do that, I'll come to these guys here. These guys right here are the best for removing blemish. All right, but my favorite out of them, all right, you know, most time when you have options, you still have your favorite. These are my best options, and this is my favorite. Okay, the first one, which is Spot Alien 2. I've picked that guy, so I'll zoom it in. All right, so I'm just going to paint on anything I want to remove. Okay, so I'm just going to look at it very well. Now other places that has blemish, I'm going to zoom down and paint on them. All right, let me look at it very well. I like to take a good look at everything to be sure. Okay, now make sure while you are doing this, it is actually not destructive. All right, so you want to be sure. I want to remove all those hair strands. Remove tool also does a great job for this, but I'm not sure I want to use remove tool. Okay, I think I'm good with this. Now there are still some hair strands on this skin, so let me zoom it in a bit here, and I will remove it from here. Now I'm just hoping it will not destroy some part of the skin. I'm hoping so. I'm just hoping so. Okay, there are actually, much more perfect processes for this, but of course it's going to take time, and I don't want to bore you guys with all those processes. All right, yeah, so that has been done. I think we'll fix the rest in frequency separation. So I'm done with my blemish. The next thing is we are going to frequency separation, and I'm going to be using Retouch Academy. Okay, so I open my Retouch Academy. All right, okay, so then now we use Gaussian blur or media. Like I said, both are really great, but me, I just love media. I don't know why, but I love it. I click on it. So I wait for it to load. Now the radius we are going to pick here is going to be depending on the picture. All right, the radius will be depending on the picture that we are using. So if you zoom in very well, you just want to pick the radius where you can still see the texture just a little, like you can't see it much. Okay, I think I'm good with 3, so I'll just go with 3. All right, I'll press OK. Then I'll wait for it to load. All right, now that we've select 3, my system is lagging a bit, so I'm just gonna clear the history and cache. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is to open this frequency separation group. Then I'll pick my correcting tone. Now every dark spot on this picture, I want to brighten it. Like I said, do not leave dark spots on a lady's picture. She's gonna have problem with you, and I don't want to have problem with women. All right, so I'm just going to pick this brighter part, and then I will just paint on these dark spots. Anywhere that is dark here, I'll just paint on it. Now I just paint on it. Then some part of our skin here, I'm just going to brush it a little. Okay, I think I'm good with that. All right, let's see the before and the after. All right, then I'm going to duplicate this correcting tone. Duplicate. Then the second one, I'm going to change the blending mode to color. All right, then the correcting tone that is down there, I will reduce the opacity to 90. That is always accurate. Most time if you do it this method, you will see that it's going to be accurate, because it just help you change the color of the places you actually painted. And then of course this correcting tone can be a bit extreme, so you just have to reduce the opacity. Now before we mix it, let's see the before and the after. Then the next thing we'll do, guys, is I'm going to add portraiture on the skin, and then I'm going to mix on the portraiture. And in order to do that, I will turn off this high frequency. I will duplicate the layer using Shift Alt Command E, Shift Alt Command E for Mac or Windows, Shift Option Command E. All right, so I'm going to duplicate that. Then the next thing I'll do is I'll turn on the high frequency, then I'll go to filter, then I'll go to imagenomic portraiture. If you guys need the action that is going to automatically add portraiture inside frequency separation, I have created a video on it. You can check the description for the video. So I'll click on portraiture. All right, so I'll just press OK. As you can see, it has added portraiture to the skin. It made the skin softer, so our work on mixing the skin will be actually much easier. So the next thing I will do is, because of this kind of skin, all right, I have plenty method of frequency separation I used to use. Okay, but for this purpose, I'm going to use this blur method. All right, I'm going to turn off this high frequency, and I'll pick my mixer brush tool. and I will click sample layer. All right, I will click sample layer and I will turn off this high frequency. Right, so I'll pick my mixer brush and I'm going to zoom it in. So what I'm going to do is I will mix the skin. Now you guys don't skip this process, because most time people skip this and they don't get their mixer brush right. A mixer brush is very, very important when it comes to frequency separation. All right, so this is the important. Please don't skip it. Just watch exactly how I mix the skin so that you get it right when you are doing it. All right, so as you can see, what I'm doing right now is I'm mixing the skin in a way that I know that when I turn on the high frequency, it has already been smoothened. Okay, let's see. Look at that, has been smoothened already. Let me turn it off a bit again. So I'm just going to like mix it right here. Mix it here. Now for your mixer brush to setting, try and copy my setting that I have here. However, this flow you can reduce or increase it however you want, because the flow will is dependent on how good are you with the mixer brush. So if you are very good, you go on 100 like me, because I retouch almost every time, right? If you guys want to reach me to send your pictures for retouching, all you have to do is go to my Instagram and then send me a DM. I don't snob, I reply every DMs, trust me. Okay, so I retouch a lot of pictures, so I have to make my flow to be like 100%, because I need to work at the maximum speed. Okay, so I'm just going to like mix it here and there. All right, so I'll come to the neck now. I don't want to mix this neck so much because I don't want her to look weird somehow. Okay, then I'm just going to mix all this part of the skin. Now this mixer brush too, you have to practice this over the time before you get it accurately. Okay, let me clear my cache again because my system is lagging. Okay, because mixer brush to consume RAM a lot, so it drags system, it makes it slow down, coupled with the fact that I'm recording my screen as I'm doing it. Okay, so guys, this is high-end retouching, and trust me, it takes time. You can't rush this process. All right, you just have to like calm down and make sure the skin is properly mixed. Okay, meanwhile, this picture was shot by Kunle Visuals. You guys can check him out on Instagram. He's a great photographer, shoots a lot of models, headshots, and this one is for hair campaign. Okay, now I'm done with the mixing. All right, so I'm going to turn on the high frequency. As you guys can see, the skin is now really smooth. It's very smooth. Now let us see the before, and this is the after. All right, so now you see that mixing, the portraiture in mix, the way this layer, let me put mixer brush, we can reduce the opacity. All right, so I can just drop the opacity a bit. Right, I think that's too low. Let me do 80. Okay, here is the before and here is the after. All right, now I look at it, this part of her hair, I want to like brush it in a bit. But while you are doing, oh, I didn't have the high frequency. While you are doing all this, make sure you are not changing her face entirely so that she doesn't look like someone else. All right, so the next thing we'll do is I want to like pop this, the lips, the eyes and everything before I now color grade the picture. All right, so how we're going to do that is I will pop the lips. I'm going to do it manually, although I have an action. If you guys want to know how to use this action, you can just check the link description. I have a video I created on how you can create this action, and of course how you can download it and use it. So only capture lip enhance. I'm just going to play it. Okay. Oh, that didn't go well. Okay, I think something went wrong there, but then let me just do manual process. Just going to create this icon here, and then I will go to hue saturation. I'll go on red, I'll pop it a bit, go on yellow, I'll pop it a bit, and I'll go to levels, and I'm just going to increase the contrast a little, not too much. So I'm going to highlight these two layers, levels and hue saturation. Then I'll group it by pressing Ctrl Command G. Then I'll press my Alt or Option button and I'll click on this layer max icon. Boom. So the next thing I'll do is I will now pick my brush, opacity 100, flow 100, then I'll paint on the lips. All right. So I paint on the lips and I'll paint on the eye shadow. So what I'll do is I'll reduce the opacity to 80. All right. The next thing is I want to give it a skin tone. All right. I want to like color grade that skin. So the method I'll be using is a simple method. I'm not using any plugin. So what I will do is I'll create an empty layer. All right. So this empty layer, I want to use color. I want to convert it to color to actually color grade the skin. So what I'll do is I'll pick brush and I'll select part of our skin between the highlight and the shadow. That's middle there, right there. I think that's okay. So what I'll do is when I select that place, I will paint on our skin. As you can see where I selected, you see the color. Let me undo it. So I'm going to convert this to color. All right, so I'll paint on it. So I'm going to check if this skin tone naturally goes well, and to me it does. All right, because she is a dark skin model. So you want to paint on all the skin, but you subtract it from the eye and the nose, everything. Okay, what do you guys think? Do you think this skin tone is okay or is not? Can reduce the opacity. All right, so I'm going to clean it off the eye and the eye back. Where is it? I'll pick on the eraser and I'll clean it off. I'll clean it off the eye and the eyebrows. And of course I'll clean it off the lips. Okay, so what do you guys think about this skin tone? Now I can create an alternative skin tone. Let me turn this off. I'll go to this icon here and I'll pick solid color. Now in this solid color, it has already selected the same color for me. Then I'll click OK. Then I'll go to the blending mode and I'll change it to color. All right, now if I'm not satisfied, I can do this, select this right here, the skin I've done here, I can select it. So in order to select what I've done here, you press Command or Control. After pressing, then you click on this layer. So everything I've selected there will show. So I can now pick my brush and paint on it. Before then, let me convert this to layer max. So it's off. Then I will select what is here again and I'll paint on it. I've converted it to layer max so that I can see where I'm painting. Okay. Right. let me turn it off and then deselect. So what do you guys think? Do you think this skin tone is okay? Now if this is not okay, because I want to walk you through the process of getting your right tone manually without using any plugin, you can click on this and then you come around on anywhere of the skin and select. All right, let me cancel this and I'll turn this off and I'll turn it and I'll click on this solid color picker and I'll pick some part of our skin. Now we want to select another place that you feel might be okay. I think that is, then you press OK. Now turn it on back, it has changed the skin tone. That is how you go around until you get the perfect skin tone for your model. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you think it's okay? Let's try other skin tone. You can keep trying until you get what you want and what goes well. I think this is okay. Let's try this. I think this is looking a bit reddish. Okay, I think the previous one is better. Now let me clean it, let me make it perfect. I'll click on this and I'll brush it here. So after doing that, kind of making it perfect, what I want to do is reduce the opacity, all right, of this color fill. Then I'll put it on like 80. I think 80 works. All right, so I think that works. So let's see the before and the after. As you can see, this solid color actually make the colors to be rhyme. Then the next thing I will do is general color grading, and to do that I'm going to go to levels. I'll click on this icon, I'll go to levels, and then I'm going to pop it a bit here. But I think this is not going to, I don't like this. Let me check the contrast. Let me see first contrast. This makes sense. Let me see this contrast too, and I think I love this more because it gives it that glowing effect. And the next thing is, let me make it a bit brighter. That's too much. Right, let me see if I can reduce the reddish a bit. I'll go to RGB, I'll go to red, and then I will zoom it like this. I'll shift it right a bit. I think 7 or 8 works. Yeah, 7 or 8 works. So that really makes it so good. All right, then I'm just going to add a bit of vibrance. All right, I'll add a bit of vibrance. I'll come to this layer and then vibrance. You guys don't rush the process. Try and follow through and understand it so that you can recreate this in any image you want to. All right, because this is not a quick tutorial, this is like a detailed one. Okay, so that actually makes sense. All right, now let's see the overall before and after. Here's the before and here is the after. As you guys can see, it's looking so good. So the next thing is I want to sharpen this picture, because we've taken a lot of details away from it from the frequency separation. So to do that, I'm just going to duplicate, I'm going to merge all the layers, all right, by pressing Shift Alt Command E. Right, then I'll go to filter. There are many ways of sharpening picture, but I like on sharp max. Oh no, let me do smart sharp. Click on smart sharpen. Then I want to bring out a good, like, significant part of our skin. Let me check the significant part of our skin and bring out all the old details. So I'll increase the radius. I'm not going to reduce this noise. I'm just going to leave it how it is, because it makes the skin look somehow. Okay, just a little. Then amount, I will increase it a bit. Okay, that's okay. I think that's fine. Lens blur, okay. Radius, let me create a bit. Then I'll press OK. And guys, we've been able to bring this picture from this to this. As you can see, it's really really looking good. All right, so guys, thank you so much for catching me on this tutorial. I hope to see you in the next one. And like I said earlier, if you are here for the first time, remember to subscribe, and of course like and share this picture. All right, so you guys can follow this process. You can watch the video again and again, and then make sure you get all the process right so that you're able to apply it on other pictures. So with that being said and done, I'm going to see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.